beginning of a new week.
Yes, it is. Trying to get the old stream up here so I can see it. There it is.
Got it?
Got it.
All right. I didn't get it yet. But I will.
You'll get it. I trust you, Deb. You'll get it.
I don't know what it is about the internet, but it takes a few minutes before mine says, whoops, it's there.
Ah.
Yeah.
That
When
happens.
it's there, and that's all good. That's happens when you get old, though. All of a sudden, whoops, it's there, whatever you're waiting for.
Oops, there it is. Good morning, Lori. Thanks for joining us. All right, so question for you. We'll start it off.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, a lot of people haven't been going to movies lately because movie theaters have been, shut down, or you have to do special things or whatever. So I found this question that was interesting. So when was the last time you went to a movie theater, and what did you see? Throw that out there today.
I can tell you the last one I went to.
Yeah?
I Still Believe.
Oh, okay.
Was the last film I went to, and that just came out shortly before we had the pandemic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like
so
a week,
yeah.
maybe, before everything was kind of getting shut down, right? Not long, anyway.
But that was the last one I went and saw, and it's a good movie. So if you want to grab that, you can get that one, I think, now. It's available.
But
on
yeah,
DVD.
so if you want to go and check out a movie, you might check that one out. So Heidi said, what, Unplanned? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that one. It's amazing how quickly you forget what was in the theaters, though, because it took me a minute sitting here waiting. I knew the question ahead of time, so I was sitting here thinking about what the last film was, and I couldn't come up with anything for a while because it seems like it's been forever.
I know. I can't be honest with you. I can't remember the last movie that I went to see in the theater. It's just been, well, we don't go very often, first of all. And I just can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it was. I want to say it was I want to say it might have been, what's the last Infinity War, or was that the last one?
Avengers Endgame, and then I think they had a Spider-Man movie.
Okay. I think it was Endgame was the last one I went and saw at a theater. Let It Fade, and that is Jeremy Camp on Moody Radio at 7:05. Good morning. It's Ken and Deb here on this Monday morning. We're talking about news stories that maybe you've seen recently, encouraging news stories. And so have you seen a story about, somebody doing good for somebody else, or somebody that did something that was really encouraging, really lifted you up when you saw the story about that? Either on Facebook or maybe it was in the news, whatever the case might be, you can let us know. 800-221-9356.
We came across one about a farmer that suffered a heart attack, and the whole area there in North Dakota, the whole community came to his aid in bringing in his harvest. And this is just recently. Lane Unjum was working on his farm, and his combine caught fire. And while fighting the flames, he went into cardiac arrest and was hospitalized. And if his farmstead had gone unharvested, the loss would have been devastating to his family. So the whole community came out. 60 local farmers, 60, came together with 11 combines, 11 semi-trucks with trailers, and several grain carts with tractors. In about 7 hours, they harvested approximately 15,000 bushels of canola and 35,000 bushels of durum across 1,000 acres. And while the husbands were doing that, the wives also made a month's worth of meals and filled their freezer for their family. And a friend explained the outpouring of support for Lane and his family is not surprising for those of us who live here. We have a long history of helping people in our community when they're faced with tragedy. We strongly believe in faith, family, and the golden rule.
Yeah. Man, I would love to have just seen that. It was 60 farmers doing that with all of that equipment and everything, just knocking that field out real quick. That would have been incredible. Just the logistics of making that happen is incredible.
And getting that all in for that family so that they didn't have a loss.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that,
Incredible.
yeah, it's overwhelming to think of.
Yeah. And, that's what we should do. We should help one another out whenever possible. Yeah, so that's a great story. Maybe you've got a story like that or something similar or just a great story that encouraged you. Let us know. You can call or text us. 800-221-9356.
Actually, when we were talking about that just a minute ago, I thought of your accident this weekend
Yeah.
and how it could have looked differently, and I'm so thankful you're okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
actually
didn't- yeah.
had my tractor. I was out raking hay because I was going to bale yesterday, and I was out on Saturday raking this hay, and I knew that there was this sinkhole in the center of this waterway. And so, because when I mowed around it and left, the high grass, so I saw where it was at. Well, I just misjudged where this sinkhole was at, and the front of my tractor went down in the hole and broke the whole front end up and just yeah. So, but speaking of people helping one another, I had texted my neighbors across the field. Sorry, I'm feeling a little dizzy
Are you
at the
okay?
moment. It's really weird. Sorry.
Do you want me to get you a glass of water?
No, I think I'm all right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Just feeling a little dizzy there. But I texted my neighbors across the way, and they were busy harvesting, and I didn't ever get a response. And I thought, well, I'll text another friend, and he gotten back in touch with me and told me some things I could do. Another guy from church, came over actually when he saw my text, and because they were out and about, and he said, hey, I can bring my tractor over tomorrow, tomorrow, and we'll get that lifted out and get it back home, and then we'll come over and we'll bale the rest of that hay. I went, that's cool.
Wow.
Anyway, so then Sunday morning, I got up, and my wife goes, hey, so-and-so, they're going up the lane in their little gator. I'm going, what? Yeah, they're going up over the hill. And so they went up, they took a look, and they come back, and they go, wow, you really know how to do it upright, don't you? And I go, yes, I do. Anyway, they go, oh, yeah, no problem. We'll go get the equipment. We'll be right back. So they went over and got this huge forklift that they've got, and came back over and lifted it up and got it out and drug it home for me and got it up on blocks and everything. Took care of it. I mean, it was just really nice of them to do that. And I'm going to get the parts. They're going to help me fix it, and
Wow.
so it's pretty cool. So anyway, that's an encouragement. It wasn't a news story, but it's a news story in my life.
That's
that happened.
right. That's right. And
But-
how encouraging, how that makes you feel that you're
Right.
not alone.
Right.
That you got, that they're a community.
Right. Ten minutes after 7 o'clock, it is Ken and Deb here. Thanks so much for being along with us. And we've got Job Watch on our website that you can check out if you or someone you know is looking for a job.
That's right. And here's how you can access it. Just go ahead and text job to our phone number, 800-221-9356, and you'll get a link back to you where you can check out all the new jobs. There's at least 3 that were added last week, I know.
Right.
And so there's constantly new jobs added there. So if you're looking for a job, keep checking back because there's new jobs added every week. And once again, you can find that by texting job to our phone number, 800-221-9356.
And so we're looking for those encouraging news stories that, maybe you've seen, and we'd love to have you share those with us at 800-221-9356. I think Inez has got a story for us this morning. Hi, Inez. How are you?
Hi, I'm just fine, thank you, and I'm praising the Lord because my pastor, Mike, he was in serious condition at the Iowa University,
Yeah.
but he's back home, and he was in the church service, and him and his wife, they celebrated their 26th ministry yesterday for the church.
Wow. Praise God.
That's
Yes.
wonderful to hear, Inez.
Yeah.
So thankful for that.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
for your prayers and
You bet.
everything you do.
Yeah. Well, thank you for listening. Thanks for calling in and letting us know and giving us an update. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Have a
God
good
bless.
day. You too. Bye-bye. So maybe you've got an encouraging story. It doesn't have to be necessarily a news story. You can have
That's right.
something encouraging that's happened in your life or somebody in your circle of influence,
Instead of breaking news, it's Encouraging news.
Exactly. That's right. So let us know. 800-221-9356. 712 with Hope Darst and Peace Be Still. That's good news.
Yeah,
We
that
prayed
was-
for
yeah,
him last week.
Yeah, we did. That was really good news. So we also had another person that saw the movie. I think it was Jordan said Overcomer
Yep.
was the last film. We're also talking about the last movie you saw in the theater. Last movie you saw in the theater. Do
Right.
you remember it?
Yeah, right?
Has it been so long that you completely forgot about it?
I think it's Progressive Insurance. It's running some radio commercials where they'll go, news from the old world, and then it goes back to like 2019. Hey, excuse me. You want any popcorn? Excuse me. News from the old world, Talking about how when we used to go to movie theaters,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So anyway, it was pretty funny.
Or even like attend concerts when you think about standing with a whole group of people around you, like at a concert. Like
Yeah.
I think the last Chris Tomlin concert, and we were all packed in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and we were all standing and rubbing shoulders with one another and dancing and
Right?
didn't think anything of it. Today, it's like,
Yeah, it's like, you're not 6 feet apart. I know it. But, we did do the bookmobile thing last week, which was really encouraging
Oh,
to see
it
more
was.
people come out and just visit with them.
And
So
I
this-
think it's so encouraging to hear how you're being used by God during this time. And we heard a lot of stories like that during the bookmobile.
Mm-hmm.
One gal is doing counseling for drug and alcohol and domestic abuse, and then there was somebody else that was a nurse, and she's been a palliative care nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just really on the front lines helping people during this time.
Right.
And it was just great to hear their stories of how God has them where they are for a reason, how
That's
God's
right.
working
Yeah, that's
through
right.
their life, through your life.
Yeah. So, we'd still love to get those stories. You can let us know of that. You can also put in the comments section here, what's the last movie that you remember going and seeing in the theater? We'd love to have you check in with us on that. So, was able to get not all of the hay done. Continuing this last story we were talking about, wasn't able to get all the hay done. The baler was malfunctioning, and so it was frustrating.
My goodness.
But so it was quite the weekend.
Oh, wow.
But got some of it done, and got some of the hay in, so that was good. So thankful to Roger for helping me out yesterday. And he's let me use his tractor until I can get mine fixed. So that's really nice. They're just really neat people.
You know, it seems like the farming community has a real good grasp of what it means to help each other.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of these stories you hear are from farming communities where people are stepping in and helping other people, whether it be bring in crops or,
Helping somebody fix
helps it.
something.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
yep. Hey, Scotty. Morning, Scotty. That is Hope Darst and Peace Be Still on Moody Radio Quad Cities. It's 7:16. It is Ken and Deb here. Good morning on this Monday morning. We're also live streaming on Facebook and on YouTube and Twitter. If you want to check out the mid-morning show Coffee Break, we do that pretty much every morning from 7 to 7:25 and just kind of hang out. We also will throw out a different question maybe sometimes on the live stream other than what we're doing on the air. And so it's kind of fun just, hanging out and seeing what everybody's doing today.
It is. I wish we could see you, though. That's the thing.
Right.
It'd be nice to see through the computer.
Right? Yeah. Having that two-way communication instead of us just being going, But anyway, so thanks so much for being along with us. Have you heard of a great story Doesn't have to be a news story per se. Doesn't have to be like something that was in the newspaper, online, or on TV or anything like that. Maybe you personally have a news story that's encouraging, or something that happened that's encouraging you'd like to share with us. We're trying to just kind of starting our week off on a good foot.
Yeah, encouraging news stories.
Right.
Alert. Send them in.
That's right. You know how like on some news channel there's always breaking news, This time it's like encouraging news.
That's right.
We want to hear about it.
We do. Phone number is 800-221-9356. One of the things that's really great is when you can read Facebook on some of the ministry partners that we
Right.
have. And they always have encouraging news, whether
Yeah.
it be pregnancy resources
Right.
or Youth Hope or 180. All those places are sharing constantly good news of people either being delivered from addictions or good news of helping kids study like at Youth Hope, have a place for them to gather and be able to
Right.
do their schoolwork, or pregnancy resources, helping families out, helping young moms and dads in their decision for life. And yeah, it's just those are places to go if you want some encouraging news stories.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Because
for
God's
sure.
at work. He's at work.
Amen.
And so we want to know how. How is he at work in your life?
Right.
And do you have an encouraging story to share this morning?
Hey, also coming up here in about 10 minutes or so, God wants us to have times of rest.
Mm-hmm.
He wants us to take a break, learn how to use that two-letter word that's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
No. And we need to learn that,
Mm-hmm.
and not in a mean way, but, just
Right.
how to say no sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kelly Bellari is going to join us about rest now,
Right.
coming up here in just a few minutes or so, and talk about how our lives can get out of control, and they can become unmanageable
Right.
when we don't keep it under control. And so she's going to talk about how we can have that personal experience of being able to rest, and how we can do that. So that'll be encouraging coming up here in just a couple minutes.
It really will, because coming away, just breaking yourself off from, I think, sometimes from your regular routine really does
Right.
refresh you
Yeah.
and fill you up again so that you're able to do with the strength God gives you what he's called you to do. Otherwise you can feel beat down all the time and
Sure.
just totally out of energy or even desire to do anything.
Yeah, well, I can really relate to this because it just seems like my schedule lately has just been so hectic, with everything going on at the farm and with church and with work and, just really incredible. And so maybe I need to take this advice and learn how to say no sometimes to some things. But there just seems like there's always so much to do, isn't there? It seems like it.
There's always one more project, especially
Yeah.
on the farm.
Right.
I can see that.
We sat down yesterday and we made maybe a dangerous thing, but we made a list of all the things that we need to get done.
Oh my.
And we went, oh, okay. Maybe it was better off I didn't make the list. No, but it's good to see it on paper, to actually see what needs to be done. Then you can prioritize and, what needs to be done now, what can wait. So anyway.
Usually a lot of things are on my wait list. Yeah, that's definitely longer than my get things done list.
721, it's Ken and Deb here. Great to have you with us. We've been talking this morning, and all this week we're going to be talking about, during this time of pandemic, of election coming up, with everything that's going on in our world today, we need to keep calm, remember that God's in control. And we've got some great resources on our website that are free, and we'd love to have you check those out. You can read, watch, listen to some different things on our website.
I mean, there are blogs from Tony Evans, J.D. Greer, the Gospel Coalition. There's books from Lena Abu Jamra, Tony Evans, Alistair Begg. We got devotionals here. We have videos that you can watch. Francis Chan has one on God is in Control. I mean, so if you are feeling anxious during this time, it's a good place to start.
Yeah.
In just refocusing.
Right. So just head on over to moodyradio.org/Quad Cities, and right there at the very top of the page, it says, Keep Calm, God's in Control. Click on that. It'll take you to this resource page. News coming up. Here's We the Kingdom and Holy Water on Moody Radio Quad Cities. Good morning. And I don't know if anybody noticed or not. Me. My voice is back. Somewhat.
It sounds.
I'm not sure if anybody appreciates that or not, but me, I appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
I'm not speaking really high.
How was that again?
Yeah.
Hey, but that stuff stuck around for a long time.
Oh,
for
my.
you.
Over 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think a lot of times it takes a while for that stuff that once it gets stuck in your voice like that,
Yeah.
it seems like it takes a while to work its way out.
That's right. So we still want to hear about your good, encouraging news stories, maybe something that's happened in your life. You can still get a hold of us, 800-221-9356. So let us know as we wrap up this mid-morning show coffee break for this Monday. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow morning.